is Proctor with Groundwork San Diego at the EarthLab, and I'm happy to be with Deep in partnership today to bring you two really exciting community service science activities. But first, what is community service? Let's think about the two words that make up that term. The first word is community. What do you think community means? That's right. If you said that community is a group of people that live around you, you're correct. It could be the community of people in your neighborhood, in your city, in your state, in your country, or even the global community, all the people in the world that live around us across the planet. Community also includes all the plants, animals, and nature that live with and around us. Now let's think of the second word, service. What do you think service means? That's right. If you said that service is giving back to our community, excellent. Service is doing something helpful, kind, positive, beneficial, and loving for your community. So community service means doing something good for our community. And today, we're going to do two activities that are community service for nature. The first activity that we're going to do today is we're going to make a bird feeder. This is good for nature in two ways. The first way is because we're using old trash, this old juice container, and we're turning it into something helpful. So we're recycling instead of wasting this trash. And the second reason that it's community service is because it's helpful to the birds that we're going to feed with it. It helps them find food and create a space for them to eat. The second activity that we're going to do today is we're going to build a terrarium, a garden inside of this bottle. This is community service and helps nature in two ways. One, because it converts this bottle from trash into something that's going to be reused. So we're recycling it and not wasting it. Secondly, by putting plants in there, plants help clean the air, make the planet more beautiful, and create habitat for other animals. So let's get started. We're going to start first with our bird feeder. So I want you to ask an adult to help you start a hole in the bottom for a little branch that's going to be a place for your bird to sit. You can also ask an adult to help you start a slice or a cut in the cardboard. Then with a pair of scissors, we're going to put our scissors in here and we're going to cut out a nice opening for our birds to be able to stick their beaks into this opening and get the bird seed out of it. And there we go. Voila! Now, I want to paint and decorate my bird feeder first. So let's get started with, now that our hole is cut out and we punched a hole for our branch, we're going to take some paint. And I brought a bunch of different colors, but today I think I'm going to use the color blue. I like it because it's so blue and sunny and beautiful out here today. So I'm going to pour some paint onto my plate and of course all over my hands. And that's okay because this is washable paint. And if you don't want to use paint, you could use construction paper, you could use tin foil, you could use markers, you could do anything you want to decorate your bird feeder. But I'm going to go ahead and decide to use blue paint. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint my bird feeder. Makes it look so much prettier and exciting, and I love doing artwork. It's part of the fun of doing these community service events. And I'm just going to take a little bit more blue, and I have a pretty good sized brush, so it's not going to take me too long to paint this. And because it's such a nice, warm, sunny day outside, this is going to dry pretty quickly. And then we'll get back to it later after we've let it dry. And the last side, here we go. Painting the last side, filling in those little spots. Doesn't have to be perfect. You're the artist, you get to decide. So I'm going to set my bird feeder to the side and let it dry, and then we can finish it in a little while. So I'm going to put it here to dry, and I'm going to move on to my next project, which is going to be my, excuse my hands, it's going to be my garden. And again, you're going to need this old soda bottle, and we're going to convert it into a garden. And at first, you need to ask an adult to help you start the initial cut into the bottle. And be careful, boys and girls, because plastic, when it's cut, can be sharp. So I'm being very careful of my own fingers, and I'm going to just simply cut around my bottle, like so. And I'm really just cutting my bottle in half. And now I have two pieces. Now, I have brought some soil with me. So I'm going to pour my soil into the bottom half of my garden. Just like so. And today I brought some beautiful plants from my own garden. I cut off some cuttings, succulents, but you can choose any seeds or plants that you want to use. And I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to put the stem down into the soil, nice and tight so it doesn't wobble around. And I'm going to continue to put my plants in there until it's full. Oh, and I'm already full. I have an extra plant, so I can save this and use this for later. So I'm going to put that to the side. And now I have my beautiful garden. I'm going to take the top half of my garden lid and I'm going to put it over. This is where you need to be careful with not cutting your fingers from the plastic. And you may need, you may need some help doing that, just like I do. And once we finally get it all together, we're going to take our tape and we're going to simply seal the garden along the edge. Just like that. Okay? Just like so. And once I've sealed my garden, I'm going to leave the top part of it open. I'm going to open this. I'm going to take this and get rid of it. I won't need that again. And now I have a beautiful garden in my terrarium. Now it looks a little bit junky with the tape around it, so that's why you can use items at home such as colorful markers, colorful pencils. You could glue beads on here. You could also choose to paint this if you wanted to, but you wouldn't be able to see the plant, so maybe we paint the bottom half. You can decorate your garden however you like. And every once in a while, you're going to pour some nice cool water into it, put it in a sunny spot, and your garden will grow. Beautiful. Now, let's get back to our bird feeder. We can decorate our bird feeder. Now, once the paint is dry, you can take all sorts of fun items from your arts and crafts collection or from nature or both. I chose to bring some seashells. I chose to bring some pretty marble glass. I chose to bring some wood chips and some beads. Now, let's see if we can glue on some wood across the top. And this glue is going to go right across the top, and it's going to make our bird feeder look a little bit more natural. It's okay. Making a mess is all part of it. And I'm going to put that piece of wood right on the top. I'm going to hold it for a moment. And once I get all my pieces on, I can clean everything up and make it look a little bit tidier, a little bit prettier. But for now, I'm just getting the pieces in place. And I'm decorating my bird feeder to make it look a little bit more natural so that it will blend into nature a little bit better and be a little bit more comfortable and familiar for the birds that come and feed from it. And then once I've done that, and I could finish decorating this with all sorts of other supplies, but I'll let you do that. I'm going to take my bird seed. I'm going to move these back over here out of the way. And I'm going to take my bird seed. I'm going to pour it into my bird feeder. And I'm going to take my holes that we cut out with Mom and Dad and put my string across the top here. And we're going to find a nice place to hang this in a tree outside for our bird feeders. Welcome back, boys and girls. You can see that we spent some time doing some more painting, and I spent some time doing some more gluing, and I added some additional decorations to both of my pieces. On my birdhouse, I added some more nature pieces and a little perch for the bird to feed on the seeds and make it look a little bit more natural and fun. And in my garden, I painted over the tape line and made it a little bit more beautiful. And once the plants grow taller, we'll be able to see them better. So I want to thank you, boys and girls, for helping me today with my community service nature activities. If you're looking for other activities, go on the internet with Mom and Dad for more ideas. Thanks, and see you next time.